I am here today to do episode 5 of the North American Weed Tour podcast. I'm excited to talk to you guys a little bit today about my experience this past weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in the Las Vegas cannabis market. I went to 6 different dispensaries, stayed on the strip, got cuffed on the strip for smoking weed. It was a whole thing. It was an experience. Let me tell you guys. Um, the dispensaries that I visited, super cool, um, beautiful. Not everything was expensive. There was a number of brands that I recognized, companies like Old Pal. We ran into the canned beverages. I ran into the Khalifa Kush. We tried that a few years ago. There was just so much good product there. But unfortunately, we were referred the same brands, the same strains over and over and over again. So today I'm going to review a couple products for you guys. I'm going to talk about my experience in Vegas. I'm going to talk through each of the 6 dispensaries, and we're going to do this in 30 minutes. So I appreciate you guys. Kick back, roll one up, light something. Respect my region, man. Buddy's brand. We're here. We're doing it. The first product that I'm going to review comes from Old Pal. Um, we got this at, I want to say, I believe I got this at Green. Um, yeah, Green Cannabis Company in Vegas, one of the more affordable dispensaries in the area, a real locals kind of spot is what I was told by a local. We're looking at a Clementine half-gram cartridge. This was like a dollar promo add-on, super cheap. It's listed as a sativa. The terps are also listed. Um, Packaged on 4/30, so April 30th. Tested on April 22nd. Alpha pinene 6 milligrams. Beta caryophyllene 0. Beta myrcene 17.47 on the beta myrcene. So this is going to be nice and sour. Pinene 4.47. Nothing on the bisabolol, caryophyllene, humulene, limonene, linalool, transneurolidol. There are like 10 terpenes listed here. I love this. Big shout out to them. 77.32% total THC. This is definitely lower potency. It looks like distillate, so I don't know why it's such a low potency disty, but I've got a battery right here. I'm really hoping this is charged. I have a feeling that it's not. All right. So I got a nice little baby first hit right there. I think taste-wise, I've got to give this a solid little 7 out of 10. Tastes like Disty. There's definitely the sweet and sour. Not really good, like pull for the most part, but still tasted good. Clementine. Brandon, could you possibly, did you see a battery anywhere? See if you can see if there's maybe another battery. Maybe another battery is going to help the situation. If not, I'm still going to leave it on a 7. It's just kind of just where we're at. I like the packaging of Old Pal. I like the branding. I like the information that's involved. It's super cool. But at the end of the day, this is a promo product for a reason. So they were just really giving it away for free. Clementine distillate. I give it a 7 out of 10. Nothing special. Nothing super fancy. Nothing incredibly wonderful. And then that leads me to my experience at the Green dispensary. So it's a local spot. We drove, God, I want to say we drove like 15 minutes or so away from the hotel. We stayed at Bally's. And we get out there, you show your ID, you get a first-time patient discount at a lot of these spots. Oh, yeah, good looks. I get a first-time patient discount at a lot of these spots. And you go in, and we were actually blessed with a bud tender that had been in the game for like 4 years. And so I personally really like that. It's really important to me that you get access to experienced bud tenders. And so this gentleman, he brought out these cookies joints, 4 for $25. All of them were from October and November of last year. So I passed on that for obvious reasons. I can't review weed that's 9 months old. I like 8 months old. I can't do that. So it's just not fair to the brand. It's not fair to the dispensary. So what I did was I went with some other stuff. So at Green, we went with this Sips product right here. It's a 100 milligram little shooter. I didn't get this at green. This is a different one. And we got the old palette green. Oh, and then I got this this gold. I don't have the gold joint because I'm going to review that tonight. But I got this gold joint too, so super dope. They had a bunch of really cool products. I got this Grandiflora, this Melanata. It was pretty good. It was a $12 Grandiflora joint. It was pretty good. The packaging and the dates and stuff was March, April, so it was fresh. The first dispensary we went to was Thursday night, though. We actually got in. I'm sorry, Friday night. We went to Planet 13. I picked up a bunch of stuff. I picked up these infused joints. Check this out, the Motivator Minis by Cannabative. These ones are pretty dope. I also picked up this Cookies and Dreamland chocolate bar. I'm real excited to talk to you guys about this one because to me, this was the best thing that I got from Planet 13. I went into the store. I've been there before. I was there for the grand opening a couple years ago with BioTrack before anything was actually for sale. And I really enjoy the floor that you come in is like a touchscreen floor, meaning you step on it and like the fish swim away and the water kind of ripples. It's super cool. And then you can see in the back down the hallway, there's a restaurant with a bar, and then there's this kitchen area to make the edibles and stuff. And I really enjoy Planet 13. Where I see them lacking is the fact that they haven't committed to hiring only experienced bud tenders. When you are running a tourist-driven shop, you need to provide staff that is extremely educated, but more importantly, they are people. They are people person. They are people. And so, man, this is so delicious. This cookies and cream bar, absolutely delicious. And so for me, I went into Planet 13. I don't tell them we work in the industry. I'm just, hey, show me around, show me some stuff. We're looking for this. I'm wearing my dabs, so hopefully they pick it up that we know what we're looking for. And the bud tender, she had only been working there for 30 days or so, maybe less. The other bud tender that was sharing the POS system with her had only been there for 90 days or less. It had just turned 21. And so they just hadn't really had the ability to try a lot of product yet. And so they couldn't really speak on a lot of the product that we were asking about yet. And then the products that we were asking about were all high end, the best of the best. And it was stuff that they really couldn't afford. And so I think this identifies a couple things in terms of education, training, and samples. The brands and the vendors have to sample more often, so that way the bud tenders can know what they're talking about. Now, a low quality bud tender is probably not going to stick around at that dispensary for very long, which means that you've got to be recruiting quality people from the start. Not just young people, not just good looking people. Find some people with some college degrees that can come in, sponge in some information, retain it, and then mix it up and spit it back out in a way where people can understand the science and can understand and relate to what these people are talking about. I was sold a $30 joint. I'll show it to you guys. I have it still. I want to pull this up to you guys because the experience at Planet 13 was honestly, it was okay. It was okay until this joint. So I got the bags. You guys know I got the bags. I talked to the bud tenders. Both bud tenders are like, yo, this is the best product in the store. It actually got me high. And I just, sitting here having smoked this now, and this is the brand, Camp Infused Pre-Rolls. Having smoked this now, it makes me feel like the people who sold it to me had never even tried it once in their life. The way they described it, the way that they talked about the taste and the experience, it's not remotely the experience that me and 3 other people got. So for that, we spent $30 on this infused pre-roll, and this was the worst joint that we smoked in Vegas the whole weekend. Let me say that again. Camp If you're watching this, I already slid in your DMs on Instagram. If you're watching this, your $30 infused pre-roll was the worst joint we smoked in Vegas. I'm coming for your neck right now because that's unacceptable. The bud tenders sold me on it at Planet 13. We picked it up. I reviewed the joint outside, and the review was honestly just so harsh. Like it was borderline mean that we just had to delete it. I'm not even comfortable putting it up on our YouTube because that's not what I'm about. $30 joint plus tax. This was the worst joint in Vegas of the weekend. If you guys go to Las Vegas, you go to Planet 13, stay far away from this product. It was not good at all. 37.502%. Not good. Didn't get us high. Didn't taste good. Didn't taste like the terpenes that were listed. Unacceptable. So Planet 13 takes an L on that one. They get a shitty review for that, and their bud tenders take an L on that one. But they did come through clutch. You know, this Cookies and Dream chocolate bar is absolutely delicious. The only issue, again, with this is you guys can see, what does that say? 100 milligrams THC, right? How many is actually in here on the test results? 92.937. That's not 100 milligrams. So again, 100 milligrams on the display, test results on the back, 92.937. So I have a problem with these new markets. I have a problem with these companies who are not consistent, but they just get themselves into the market so that way they can make millions of dollars off consumer ignorance. 100 milligram THC is what you're going to see on the shelf, but when the bud tender, who doesn't know what they're talking about, shows you the back, they're going to be surprised when they see it's 7% lower than 100 milligrams. As a patient who's coming in to buy this with a purpose to go to sleep or to deal with my pains, this is not what I spent full price for. And so, yes, it tastes good. Yes, the packaging is beautiful. But I paid for 100 milligrams. Where's my refund for the milligrams that are not in this? So for me, it's absolutely unacceptable, man. It's so frustrating as a patient to be going to these places, to be buying these things, and then to have the packaging say one thing, you flip it around and it's different. Where's the compliance check? Where's the quality control? Where's the inventory and the buyer and the purchasing manager making sure that these items are what they say they are? 7% is missing from this chocolate bar. I paid $24 plus for 100 milligrams worth of THC, and it's not there. Now, this might sound like me just ranting, but as a patient, if I had cancer, if I had severe bone pain, if I was having kidney stone problems right now, and I paid $20, $50, $100 for a product in Vegas at the world's most fancy, renowned dispensary, and it was a 7% difference, unfucking acceptable. So I'm calling that shit out. Dreamland, get your shit together. Camp, get your shit together, man. That shit was trash. Trash. Where's the consistency? Where's the authenticity? Where's the commitment to serving the patients? Where's the commitment to helping people? I wasted over $50 on these products for them not to do what they said they're going to do, for them not to taste like what they're supposed to taste like, and then for there not to be the THC listed properly or accurately. It's horrible. Absolutely unacceptable. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to do a quick little review here. I'm going to review this Motivator Minis pack. I got this again, Planet 13. At all the dispensaries I went to, this was most consistently nominated for like the best infused joints. So it's from Cannative Extracts, produced on May 12th, tested May 17th, packaged May 18th. Crunch Berries Motivator. It's the minis. Excuse me. This is a 1.5 grams, so it's three joints. Total THC 44.95. Total CBD 0.13. THCA 753.45. Delta 9 THC 13.5, CBDA 2.25, CBG, cannabigerol A 25.05, and then regular CBG non-activated 3 milligrams. Caryophyllene 11.4, humulene 3.45, linalool 2.1, and limonene 1.95, bisabolol 1.8 milligrams, extracted with butane and propane. You see how there's all this information there? I love it. Big shout out to Vegas. Let's check this out. I've already smoked 2 of these out on a hike, so we're going to dive in and see if this third one stays consistent. I can tell you right now that the first two tasted good and they smelled good, and this smells like gassy weed. So I like that. Tastes like gassy, cheesy feet. Oh. Oh. Oh, I need a lighter. My electric lighter is over here is dead. Gosh dang it. I'm the worst right now at this. Good looks, thank you. Big shout out to Brandon Lee, the production assistant here. You know what I'm saying? Co-producing the whole show. All right, let's light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today is my 30th birthday, so big shout out to you guys for supporting. I've been running Respect My Region with Mitch Pfeiffer for damn near 6 years, and we have been doing the damn thing with Andy Lehman and Jake Miller and all these other wonderful people for quite some time. So just big shout out to you guys, man. And a Motivator Minis infused pre-rolled joint. All right, let me update this descriptions real quick. Save. All right, there we go. So when I think about the taste on this one, okay, the taste on this is wonderful. You get this fruity berry. You get this gassiness, and you get this head high. Got this at Planet 13. Got Old Palette Green. We got the Sip at Green. I got this Gold Joint at Green. I got the Khalifa Kush at Cannastarz. This is the Khalifa Kush is looking good too, y'all. Let me show this. Let me show this to you. Look at this big ass nug, man. Look at the Khalifa Kush. You'd be happy if you got this nug. So, taste test wise, score out of 10 just on the taste. I'm going to give this an 8.25 because it tastes like berries. It tastes gassy. It's not like, oh my God, this is the best ever, but it's consistent, and I would smoke these every morning. No questions asked, hands down. 10 out of 10, I would recommend. 8.25 on the taste. Overall score, I like the packaging. I think it stands out. It's not too attractive. It's not like super fancy and glossy, but every dispensary I went to recommended, nothing bad to say. Bud tenders were all dope. There's a ton of information on the back. I like it. I think overall score, I'm going to give this an 85 out of 100. 10 out of 10, I recommend, and an 8.25 on the taste. That's kind of where I'm at. The high, it's not like extremely special, but you know, it'll do. I like the high. And this kind of leads me into the next part of this video. I want to talk to you guys about the different dispensaries that I visited. I got 4 others to go through, and then I want to share my story about getting cuffed on the strip for smoking a joint. So you guys are going to have to tune in all the way to the end if you want to hear that story. So Cannastarz, NuWu, Planet 13, Green, Apothecarium, and what was the other one? Jardin. So I'll start off, Planet 13, we already went through that. Super inexperienced bud tenders. Sold me the worst joint of the whole weekend. Shout out to Camp. Sold me Dreamland cookies and Dream chocolate bars because she said it was her favorite. It was the only one she tried. So is what it is. Green was good. Got the sips. Got a 4-year experience bud tender. Very affordable pricing. The cookies weed was old there and it was discounted. So, I've been seeing cookies weed discounted pretty much everywhere. So it is what it is. They must not be selling. And then, we visited Apothecarium. Apothecarium. This is Cannastarz. Jardin. Oh yeah, here it is. Apothecarium. Let me tell you guys about Apothecarium. So Apothecarium, I got a State Flower Dosi Lotto pre-roll. Okay. As you can see, you can't see any of the branding because of how much stickers they put all over this. So it's kind of a point to have dope, dope packaging. But the terpene profile was cool. It tasted good. The number, the score and all that was good. There's a video review coming on the YouTube. But the cool thing about going to Apothecarium was that a woman that was older than 60 years old was our bud tender. And not only was she our bud tender, but she was very experienced in dabbing, very experienced in edibles and concentrates and vapes. And to me, it was very cool to be served by someone that was a little bit more experienced at cannabis than I was. So big shout out to Apothecarium. The diversity, the experience was huge. As soon as I got, as soon as we got away from the banger strip places, the experience honestly improved. Now I know Apothecarium is again still known as one of these popular strip dispensaries, but even still, it's like the experience was night and day. Absolutely loved the pace, the tempo, the floor plan, the luxuriousness inside. So go tap in with Apothecarium. They had some good weed. I just, you know, it was okay. I ate some of these gummies. These gummies came from Valhalla. These are some sativa gummies. These were really good. I enjoyed them. Um, here we go. I got the state flower right here. So I want you guys to see this. This is the state flower. So the other one was the Dosi Lotto joint. This is the peanut butter souffle. So I'm going to show you guys this because these are the nugs. So I already pulled the smallest nugs out of this to smoke to try this. But like that's the biggest nug. It's a $65 eighth, and that's the biggest nug. And like this are the second and the third biggest nug. Like this is unacceptable. So you buy Jordan shoes, they don't change the shoelaces out and like shortchange you on like thinner shoelaces or thinner soles. You know what I'm saying? If you're a top performing brand, if you're a top selling brand, if you really one of the premium products out there, put your best fucking nugs in there. It's as simple as that. I don't like, bro, $60 eighth, and you got mini buds in your jar. I'm never buying this. I'm never spending another dollar because I cannot trust that you're putting the best buds in your jars. You got pre-roll buds in your $65 eighth jar. Come on, bro. What's good? Like, why cut the corner? And now I gotta make videos like this because I'm not about to lie about it. So you just did more damage because some of your eights got small ass buds in it that got leaves on them still. Like, I'm coming in hot. Like I'm mad disappointed in some of these $60 eights that we got. Like, for real. So let's say Apothecarium though, overall great experience. Who else did we have here? This one was oh yeah, this one was Cannastarz. So at Cannastarz, I got the Khalifa Kush, and I got this one. This was the Kobe. Again, plastic doob tube, nothing special. But she was really hyped on the Kobe. Shout out to Sonia. She was hyped on the Kobe. It was cool. It tasted good. It was I think it was a $10 joint. She was not hyped on the Khalifa Kush though. But like I showed you guys earlier, the Khalifa Kush had the best nug of the day out of everybody in Vegas. Like this was the only thing that tasted like the strain, got the potency right, and to be honest, the branding has looked the same and been consistent since I first came to Vegas in like 2018 or 17. Like this shit's fire and it still tastes good. It's hard to mess certain strains up. They didn't mess this one up. So big shout out to Cannastarz and the Khalifa Kush. I'm very excited to do that review. We also went to NuWu and we picked up some Rove joints. NuWu is described as the world's largest dispensary. It's on a tribal lands out in Vegas. It's in North Las Vegas. They have a tasting room, aka a lounge, which is very cool. The vibe inside is wooden and this earthy, outdoorsy vibe. It's all about education. They really took their time to answer the questions. You know, we come into these dispensaries like, teach us about the local brands. Tell me about what you like. Tell me, okay, edibles. I want to learn a category by category. And NuWu really took the time to make sure that we didn't feel like we were imposing on them for asking all these questions. They were willingly asking things. And they also went and grabbed other people to help to make sure that we got the information we needed, which I thought that was super cool. They were resourceful to do that. I did review the Featured Farm Rogue joint outside the store, so tap in for that YouTube video on our YouTube. We'll have that posted here soon. We also have a rosin review coming from there as well, so you guys definitely got to tap in. The rosin is cool. It was a $75 half gram of rosin from Green Life, and let's see, I think it was yes this company right here, Green Life. They do rosin, and so it's a $75 half gram of rosin. Wow. So haven't tried it. Gonna use it here. I'll probably do a review here later tonight or tomorrow on that one. Get it up for you guys. But my favorite thing about that is that the packaging, you can plant it in the ground and it'll grow. It literally grows just some annuals. So super cool that it just grows flowers from the packaging, and the box can be reused like that. So big shout out to them. Cannastarz was cool because it was across the street from the Pawn Stars, which is famous for, the History Channel, pawn shop, Chumley, the bald guy, the grandpa who's kind of sasses everybody. So it was super cool. You park in the Pawn Stars parking lot. You can park in the Cannastarz parking lot. There's a smoke shop or a little liquor store across the street, and a little game store, I think, or some shit like that. It's just cool, man. The whole area was really just a vibe. So highly recommend going to Cannastarz. Go ask for Sonia while you're there. NuWu, let me show you guys just real quick. Bouncy back. This is the NuWu bag. Make sure you guys go visit NuWu. Go tap in. They honestly had just so many different products. I really enjoyed looking through their menu and everything. And then I also had Jardin. We went to Jardin. Now, let me break this down for you guys, okay? The reason we chose these dispensaries is because we asked locals, we DM'd people, we looked at Google and Weed Maps, and we were like, all right, cool. So these are the ones that really stand out to us. These are the ones that people are talking about. We got to go tap in. We got to go see what's good. So that's what we did. Jardin, I came across them a few years ago at MJ BizCon. I actually saw the homegirl Alex who worked there, someone that I met a few years back. Super dope to run into the same team. Turnover is crazy in cannabis, and to see someone still there years later, super dope. So big shout out to Alex. The weed that we bought was good. It was good. What was not good was this. The Rolling Stone joints were absolutely terrible. Here's a Grandiflora, one of the Melanadas. These were okay. Like I said, these were good. The Rolling Stones sucked. This is the Nature's Chemistry, the Diamond exclusive. It was the garlic cookies. It's in a plastic jar though. Can't fuck with that. And this was also $65. Plastic jar. What are you doing? What are you thinking? And to the purchasing managers at these dispensaries, are you guys leaning on the brands to level up their stuff? People are buying weed with plastic enclosing it here. That's not acceptable. This is not okay. This Miss Vegas, we're right here. Let me open this for you guys, show you this. It's got an interesting smell and a look. Nothing too crazy, but smells like cheesy fruity weed. So this one was super popular. Vegas was an experience. I wasn't offered, I wasn't even sold. Not a single bud tender mentioned gelato, wedding cake, Blue Dream, Gorilla Glue. Not a single bud tender talked to me about terpene profiles in terms of what they actually do. They just kept reading off the percentages as if that makes a difference in terms of like what I know or don't know. I assume that the higher the milligrams of the terpenes, the more it is, but is that more potent? Is that more of the high? Is that again, no one mentioned anything. So I'm educated. I have an idea of what that means, but hard to say for certain. Um, I think overall, my favorite dispensary that I went into product wise was Jardin. They had the best products in there. Price wise was Greens. Um, I had the best bud tender experience. It's a tie between Jardin and Green and Cannastarz and Greens. The two women at Jardin and Cannastarz were exceptional, and the gentleman that we worked with at Green was the most experienced bud tender that we came across the whole trip. Planet 13 is the coolest experience. To be able to go in there and eat, eat and drink and see the kitchen and the machinery and things like that. I think that's all super cool as a tourist for sure, and even as someone that comes from another state to go there and witness that. But unfortunately, all the displays were entirely bleached and destroyed. They were not attractive. It did not make me want to buy anything weed, like flower wise. The oils and the extracts also looked entirely old, and the displays were also unattractive. It's just really the presentation, the merchandising at Planet 13 it's a failing grade for me. Um, I'm going to come down hard on them because they're the face of cannabis in so many ways, but they're failing me in so many ways. I'm just disappointed. I would rather bring my mom or my grandparents to another slower pace dispensary where we get the attention to detail to learn versus feeling rushed because I'm in a superstore with uneducated bud tenders who feel uncomfortable talking to me for long periods of time. Um, it's tough, but I'm a former bud tender. I was highly uneducated when I started. They trained us for 3 weeks extensively. They brought in an HR company to train us. They had us go to MJ Institute to learn and do a 20-hour course. And then my boss, shout out to Jesse Leach of Diego Pellicer, and now I believe he's switched to somewhere else. He had us do reoccurring training as well. So to me, it's unacceptable that that much money, is being spent and it's not being spent on training, education, and the displays, the samples of the displays. Go on the floor. When was the last time the management walked the floor and was like, "I'm proud to have that display look like that"? If you looked at the flower right now, it's just unacceptable. So yeah, that's my experience with the Vegas dispensaries. Now, let's talk to you guys a little bit about. I'll give you guys the 5-minute breakdown of the story. Me getting cuffed on the strip. So, smoking a joint, there's literally this much left of the joint. I just passed the link. The link is like this area where people do these, like, the zip lining. There's restaurants, people just hanging out. Everyone's smoking cigarettes, weed, vaping. The police are kind of at the entrance. And I just, I'm smoking a joint, walking by, microdosed a little bit of shrooms, not a lot, just literally a capsule, or not a capsule, just like the top of a little cap, something small. And walking around, smoking a joint, walked past the cops, so again, surrounded by 1,000 people at any given moment. Colin is smoking in front of me. I'm smoking. People are smoking around us, and 30 seconds after after we walk in front of the cops, they walk up behind me and tap me on the shoulder and say, "Sir, can we talk to you for a moment?" And they immediately tap my shoulder and then cuff me at the same time. It's the craziest thing. And yeah, sure, what's going on? Hey, you can't smoke on this. All right, cool, I'll put it out. So I start, twisting it out and putting it out. And then they're like, do you have any weapons on you? You got any other drugs on you? No, no, no. Can we search your bag? And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, like he wants to search my bag. Like, this is a real thing. And I only have weed products in there and little shroom, one little shroom in one of my edible containers. That's like, just an emergency in case I need it, stay awake, or a little burst of energy, a little feel good, a little body pain, whatever it is. And I'm like, I pause And he asked me again, and I'm like, nah, it's just weed in there. I just don't know your guys' laws for the state because I don't know. I don't know how much I can carry. And so at this point, they start looking through my bag. They cuff my second arm, and they start looking at my necklace. And he's like, "Oh wow, this looks like meth." And then he opens this one up, and he's like, "Oh my god, this really looks like meth." And what I have in here, everybody, is THCA crystals, not meth. I have THCA diamonds. I literally have a big, chunky diamond that is from concentrated cannabis. Look at the diamonds. See, just diamonds. I got an even bigger one still in here. This one used to be attached. It fractured recently. And so they looked at these THCA diamonds and they thought meth because of the clear diamond crystallized nature. And the look on this officer's face was, oh my God, he's got meth around his neck. Like, what? And I literally am like, no, it's, this is THCA diamonds. Google it. I'm here to do weed reviews. I'm Joey Brabo. Look me up. Only, it's cannabis only. I'm a sales rep. These are props. This is educational stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, bro, you're wrong. And me pleading, thank God it worked because another cop Googled it and was like, yo, I'm interested in learning. What if he's right? Looked it up and was like, bro, he's not lying. And I'm like, I'm in the weed industry. I'm telling you, like, y'all need to know this stuff. Like, people, this is a thing, man. You could break down these crystals right into blunts, right into joints, right? And anyways, long story short, they let me go, no ticket, no nothing. It was the end of the joint anyways, so it's not like they caught me with anything in my hand besides the roach. So it was really just a big educational moment that, number one, you 100% can get cuffed and detained on the strip for cannabis. And especially so if you look remotely like anybody who buys drugs, sells drugs, wears a hat, wears jewelry, anything like that. And it's like, this ain't even jewelry, this isn't even money, but it was enough to draw 4 officers' attention, cuff me, make a big scene, and to really put my life at risk. So, I just wanted to take this time to share with you guys, cannabis has a stigma. Cannabis is not federally legal. We are not all safe, and we are not all treated the same depending on where we're at and depending on what we look like. And so really just want you guys to be safe. If you guys go to Las Vegas, I highly recommend visiting any of the dispensaries that I listed in this video: Cannastarz, Apothecarium, Green, Planet 13, Jardin, NuWu, all the different spots. I definitely recommend visiting them and checking them out for yourself. Let them know respectmyregion.com sent you. Tap in, like, follow, subscribe with all the companies on their social medias. They really could utilize the support. And be safe, man. Make smart decisions. I chose to be a little bit reckless and ignorant on the strip and kind of just ignore the rules because I thought that cannabis is legal here. There's going to be thousands of people out at 1, 2, 3 a.m. in Vegas. Like, I'll be fine. But nah, it happened to me just like that. So I just wouldn't want any kind of bad stuff to happen to any of my, fans, any of the followers, or just anybody else out there, human to human love. So I really appreciate you guys for the love. Tap in, follow, like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, man. North American Weed Tour podcast. This is episode 5, solo episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. We got a bunch of special guests coming. We have 75 more episodes coming. So stay tuned. Love you guys. Peace.